I know why you clicked. You have felt something was off. Heavy legs when you stand, cold fingers that stay cold, strange tiredness after a short walk, maybe a little dizziness, maybe tightness in the chest, maybe your feet do not feel as warm as they used to. And if you're over 60 or you care about someone who is, this could matter more than you think. Many people believe artery problems show up all at once. They do not. They build in silence, slow, quiet, day after day. Your arteries are not hard pipes. They are living pathways carrying oxygen to your heart, your brain, and every muscle that helps you move, think, and stay steady. When those pathways get irritated again and again, tiny damage begins inside them. Then cholesterol sticks, inflammation grows, plaque starts to build. You may not feel anything at first. That is what makes it dangerous. Then one day the signs begin: weak legs, cold hands, low energy, foggy thinking, maybe even pain when walking. Here is the part most people never hear. It is not only sugar, it is not only age, it is not only family history. In many cases, it is the oils used every single day in the kitchen. That is what shocks people. They thought they were choosing the healthy bottle. They trusted label. They label. They full fighter they voted fat, followed old advice, and still their blood flow got worse. And then that one simple switch changed everything. In one nutrition trial, older adults replaced only one daily cooking oil, and within weeks their artery stiffness improved, blood pressure got better, and walking became easier without adding another pill. Let that sink in. One simple switch, small change, big result, and stay with me because the oils on this list get stronger as we go. And the top one may completely change how you look at heart health. We are going from good to best, and the first oil may not get much attention, but it deserves a place on this list. Walnut oil helps repair blood vessels in a quiet but powerful way. It is rich in a plant omega-3 called ALA, something your body needs but cannot make by itself. That matters because the lining inside your arteries needs support every single day. In older adults, a study found that using a small amount of walnut oil daily helped blood vessels become much more flexible in only a few weeks. Think about that. Flexible vessels, better flow, less stiffness. That is not a tiny thing. A stiff artery makes the heart work harder. A more flexible artery helps blood move with less strain. Walnut oil also brings strong antioxidants that help calm the daily stress hitting your vessel walls. Free radicals, inflammation, oxidation, all of that wears down the system over time. This oil helps push back. It also contains a form of vitamin E that protects LDL cholesterol from oxidation, which is one of the early steps in plaque trouble. But there is one catch. Heat can damage many of the good parts in walnut oil, so the best way to use it is cold or add it after cooking. Drizzle it over vegetables once they cool a little, add it to yogurt, blend it into a smoothie, mix it into a salad. Some people take a spoonful in the morning and that works too, but using it with food may help your body absorb it better. Keep it in the fridge, use a dark bottle if possible, and choose cold-pressed and unrefined when you can. The change may feel small at first, warmer fingers, better comfort in your legs, a little more energy, but that is often how healing starts. Quiet, steady, real. And if this was number 5, wait until you hear what comes next. Now let's talk about one of the most misunderstood oils in the kitchen. Coconut oil has been blamed for years because people hear the words saturated fat and stop listening. But newer research has forced many people to look again. Coconut oil is different from many other fats because of the kind of fat it contains. It has medium chain fats, often called MCTs, and these do not behave in the body the same way most people expect. Instead of sitting around and being stored easily, they are often sent quickly to the liver and used as energy. That is a major reason so many people feel a fast lift in energy after using it. But there is more. In older adults, regular use of virgin coconut oil has been linked with an increase in HDL, the so-called good cholesterol, and that matters because HDL helps move excess cholesterol away from the arteries. Think of it like a cleanup crew moving waste out of a crowded street. Coconut oil also has natural compounds with antimicrobial effects. That may sound strange in a heart conversation, but it matters. Scientists have found that certain harmful bacteria from the mouth and gut may add to inflammation and plaque inside blood vessels. Coconut oil contains compounds that can fight some of those unwanted microbes while being gentler on the good ones. That gives it a kind of double action: support for energy, support for cholesterol balance, support against hidden irritation. The smartest way to use it is not to burn it at very high heat. Use it at medium heat for eggs, vegetables, or simple cooking. You can also add a spoon to coffee or tea if that works for you. Some people even use it for oil pulling in the morning by swishing it in the mouth before brushing, which may help oral health and lower the flow of harmful bacteria from the mouth into the body. Choose virgin, organic, cold pressed if possible. The cleaner the oil, the better the result. And yes, I know this one surprises people, but stay with me. The next oil may be even more useful if inflammation is the real problem slowing your blood flow. Avocado oil earns its place because it does more than sit on the surface of the problem. It goes deeper. This oil is rich, smooth, and packed with compounds that help block the absorption of bad cholesterol before it even gets a chance to add to the mess inside your arteries. Think about how powerful that is. Instead of only fighting damage after it starts, avocado oil helps cut down part of the trouble before it reaches the bloodstream. It also contains lutein and other protective compounds that help calm inflammation in the artery walls. And when inflammation goes down, the inside of the vessel can start to function better. Blood can move more freely, pressure can ease, energy can rise. In studies with older adults, regular intake of avocado-related fats helped lower inflammatory markers in a meaningful way. And this oil is also rich in oleic acid, the same heart-friendly fat that makes some other famous oils so respected. But avocado oil has one huge advantage in everyday life. It handles heat extremely well. That means you can cook with it without breaking down the good parts as easily as many delicate oils do. High smoke point, stable structure, practical use. That matters because the best healthy oil is the one you can actually use every day. Avocado oil also helps your body absorb other nutrients from food better, especially fat-soluble ones. So if you pour it over vegetables, you are not only adding a good fat, you may also help your body use the vitamins in the meal more effectively. Try it in salads, on roasted vegetables, or in cooking where other oils might fail. Choose unrefined, cold-pressed, extra virgin when possible, with a richer green color and clean taste. Refined versions lose a lot of what makes this oil special. And here's the interesting part people notice first. Better energy, clearer thinking, sometimes even better-looking skin. Those are not random changes. They are signs the body is getting better circulation and less inflammation. And yes, the next oil goes even further, because now we move into the heavy hitters. Flaxseed oil is one of the most underrated oils for older adults, especially when artery stiffness has already started to creep in. If your hands are always cold, if your feet feel numb, if your blood pressure has been climbing, this is the kind of oil people should know about earlier, not later. Flaxseed oil is loaded with ALA, a plant omega-3 found in very high amounts, and this gives it a special role in helping the body calm inflammation and support vessel flexibility. In one study, people who used a small amount daily for a few months showed better artery softness, lower blood pressure, and stronger circulation to the arms and legs. That is not a cosmetic change. That is blood flow getting easier. This oil also contains lignans, natural plant compounds that seem to support the body's ability to make nitric oxide. That is a key signal your blood vessels use to relax and open. When nitric oxide is working well, the vessel is not squeezed tight. Blood moves easier. The heart does not have to force so hard. There is also evidence that flaxseed compounds may help reduce the hardening process inside plaque, which is very important because hard plaque is more dangerous than soft buildup. But this is where many people get it wrong. Flaxseed oil is delicate. Very delicate. You should never cook with it. Heat, light, and air can ruin it fast. Use it cold only. Mix it into yogurt or cottage cheese. Stir it into soft foods. Add it after cooking, never during. Many people take it in the evening because the body repairs itself deeply during sleep, and that timing can make sense. Keep it refrigerated. Use a dark bottle. Do not let it sit around for months after opening. Freshness matters with this one. When used properly, flaxseed oil can be a real game changer for stiffness, pressure, and circulation. And if you think that sounds powerful, wait. Because the number one oil does something even bigger. It does not just support the system, it helps rebuild it. Before I reveal the top oil, let me say something important. None of these oils work like magic by tomorrow morning. This is not a trick. This is not hype. Your arteries did not get irritated in one day, and they will not calm down in one day either. But the body can repair. It wants to repair. It responds to better choices again and again. That is why consistency beats intensity here. A spoon every day is better than a random health kick once a month. Also, these oils are not a free pass to ignore the rest of your lifestyle. If you use a great oil and still eat a steady stream of ultra-processed food, refined sugar, and deep-fried meals, progress will be slower. But when you pair the right oil with simple meals, daily walking, enough sleep, and less smoking or alcohol, the effects add up fast. Older adults often tell me the first changes they feel are not dramatic. Their feet feel warmer. They can walk a little farther before resting. Their mind feels clearer in the morning. Their hands are not as cold at night. Those small signs matter. They are often the earliest proof that circulation is shifting in the right direction. And this next oil stands above the rest because it does many jobs at once. It helps lower inflammation. It helps protect cholesterol from damage. It supports the vessel lining. It may even help the body repair worn tissue from the inside. This is why some long-living cultures have used it for generations without needing a fancy marketing campaign to tell them it works. So if you are still here, good, because what you are about to hear is the one oil I would want most people over 60 to understand, especially if they want stronger blood flow, steadier energy, and better heart protection without making life complicated. Extra virgin olive oil takes the top spot, and once you understand why, it becomes very hard to ignore. This is not just a cooking oil. In many ways, it acts like a whole protective system in a bottle. Large long-term studies have shown that people who use it regularly have a lower risk of heart attack and stroke. That alone gets attention. But the reason it matters so much is deeper than one number on a lab report. Extra virgin olive oil contains a wide range of natural compounds called polyphenols, and these are powerful defenders inside the body. They help reduce inflammation, protect blood vessels from stress, and slow the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, which is one of the key steps that turns regular cholesterol into artery trouble. Some of these compounds act in a way that is surprisingly similar to anti-inflammatory medicine, but through food, day after day. Other compounds in the oil behave like strong antioxidants, helping shield the cells and even the delicate lining inside the arteries from damage. And perhaps the most exciting part is this. Research suggests extra virgin olive oil may support the body's own repair system by improving the function of the endothelium, the inner layer of the artery, and encouraging the kind of cell activity linked to healing and renewal. Think about that. Not only less damage, better repair. That is why it stays number one. But quality matters more here than people realize. Many supermarket bottles look healthy and still fall flat. Look for extra virgin. Look for cold pressed or cold extracted. Look for dark glass. Look for a harvest date when possible, and if the taste is a little peppery or slightly bitter in the throat, that is often a good sign. Those are the natural compounds speaking. Cheap, flat, pale oils do not deliver the same punch. If you want the real benefit, the real bottle matters. The best way to use extra virgin olive oil is also simpler than people think. You do not need a complicated routine. Many people do well with 1 to 2 tablespoons in the morning, sometimes even plain, followed by a little warm water with lemon. Others use it generously over salads, beans, vegetables, or whole grains. It can be used in cooking too, but very high heat is not the smartest choice if your goal is to protect the delicate compounds that make it special. Gentle use is better, daily use is best, and when people do this consistently, the changes often show up both in how they feel and in what the tests say. Better cholesterol balance, lower inflammatory markers, more stable blood pressure, better energy, clearer focus, sometimes less heaviness in the legs, sometimes fewer cold hands and feet. And here's the part I want you to remember. This is not about fear. It is about replacing one daily habit with a smarter one. That is it. You are probably already using oil. So the question is not whether oil will be part of your life. The question is which oil you are giving your arteries every day. One adds stress, one adds support, one slowly hurts the inner lining, another helps protect it. That choice repeats itself every meal, every week, every year. So if you have been waiting for a sign to clean up one part of your diet without turning your whole life upside down, this is it. And if you are thinking, I wish someone told me this sooner, you are not alone. Most people do, but the good news is the body can still respond. At 60, at 70, even later. It is never meaningless to start helping your blood flow now. And yes, I still have something important to say before we finish, because there is one mistake people make even after choosing the right oil. The biggest mistake is this: they buy the right oil, then use it the wrong way. Walnut oil gets heated too much and loses what made it valuable. Coconut oil gets used like it can solve everything while the rest of the diet stays chaotic. Avocado oil gets bought in a refined form with fewer active compounds. Flaxseed oil sits open too long and turns bad. Olive oil gets exposed to light, air, and heat until most of the good parts fade. So yes, choosing the right oil matters, but how you store it, how you cook with it, and how often you use it matters too. Keep delicate oils cool, Keep them sealed. Use dark bottles when possible. Do not let them sit near the stove for months. Read the label. Freshness matters. Processing matters. Even the taste can tell you something. Another mistake is expecting one oil to cancel out a harmful pattern of eating. It cannot. These oils are helpers, not magicians. They work best when they replace worse oils, not when they are added on top of an already overloaded routine. Swap, do not stack. Replace, do not just sprinkle. If you usually fry with unstable oils, move toward a better option. If you never use healthy fats because you were told all fat is bad, it may be time to update that old belief. Your body needs the right fats. Your arteries need the right fats. Hormones, cell walls, brain function, and circulation all depend on balance, not fear. And if you have stayed with me this far, here is your retention moment, because this might be the most useful line in the whole video. The oil you trust most could be the one quietly stressing your arteries, while the one you avoided could be the one your body has been waiting for. That is why this conversation matters. Small bottle, big effect, daily choice, long-term result. So, if we put it all together, here's the clear picture. Walnut oil helps support and soften vessel walls with plant omega-3s and protective antioxidants. Coconut oil offers quick-use fats, support for HDL, and a possible edge against harmful microbes when used wisely. Avocado oil helps cut down bad cholesterol absorption, lowers inflammation, and handles heat well for real daily use. Flaxseed oil shines when artery stiffness, poor circulation, and blood pressure are part of the story, but it must be kept fresh and never heated. And extra virgin olive oil stands at the top because it brings broad, deep support for inflammation, oxidation, vessel function, and long-term repair. That is the ranking, but you do not have to use all 5 tomorrow. Start with one. Start with the one that fits your routine. If you cook often, avocado oil may be a great place to begin. If you want the strongest all-around daily choice, extra virgin olive oil is hard to beat. If stiffness and cold hands are the issue, flaxseed oil may deserve attention. The key is not perfection, it is action, and it is repetition. If you've spent years hearing that every fat is dangerous, I want to leave you with a calmer, smarter message. The body is not asking for no fat, it is asking for better fat. Better inputs create better outcomes. That is true in the arteries, the brain, the joints, and even energy levels. So the next time you stand in the kitchen and reach for that bottle, remember that you are not just choosing flavor. You are choosing what touches the inside of your blood vessels. You are choosing what your cells build with. You are choosing whether you add pressure or support. That is a powerful choice. And it happens every day, which means every day is another chance to improve the road your blood travels on. If this message helped you see your health in a new way, do not just forget it after this video ends. Use it. Share it with someone older in your family. Send it to a friend who keeps saying their feet are always cold or their legs feel tired after a short walk. Sometimes the biggest help is not a new drug or a dramatic treatment. Sometimes it is finally understanding what your body has been reacting to all along. And if you are over 60, hear me clearly. You are not too late. Your body is still listening. Your blood vessels still respond to daily signals. Your choices still matter, even now, especially now. That is the hope in all of this. Not panic, not guilt, hope, real, practical hope. Start with the oil. Keep it simple. Stay consistent. Watch how your body answers. And before you click away, hold on for one last thought, because this is the line I want stuck in your mind tonight. Healthy blood flow is not built by one perfect day. It is built by small, smart choices, repeated until the body feels safe enough to heal. That is how you support the heart. That is how you protect the brain. That is how you give your legs, your energy, and your future a better chance. So choose wisely, use it daily, and let your kitchen become part of your recovery, not part of the damage. Thanks for staying to the end.